That's Greg Farlow. Yes.
Here I am.
Hey, how are you? Don't have a video of you, but I'm got you.
I gotta get home.
That's all right. I'm gonna start my video. Oh, there you are.
Here I am. I don't have you. Okay, it's two of us.
No.
Short meeting anyway.
What? All right. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I think this is gonna be a
I figured I had to meet up with someone later. I'm like, I don't think this one's gonna be very
Yeah.
long. Especially it's
You had Nancy out, right?
yep, and then oh, part of this didn't print, that's weird. Unless I didn't have the word R, the R and other. But I spell checked and I think it's acceptable.
I think so.
I just happened to look down, I'm like, oh, that's weird. Yeah. No, I thought it was RW Heating maybe presenting, because they sent it in, but it's just
It's just
Regan.
Regan.
She usually keeps it pretty on the
Yeah.
ball,
Yeah.
not like some of the other meetings. they
I've
do.
got nothing from old or new or,
Okay,
although the Victorian that's across the street from us.
and now which street do you live
I'm
on?
on
I know
North
what
Street Extension.
Okay, I know where their house is,
Yeah.
creepily, and I know where.
Around the,
Mhm.
I've actually, I was gonna say also creepy, I've been inside Jake's house. I knew the person that lived there before, like. years
Oh.
ago. Yeah,
I'm gonna get electric.
yes,
okay,
kind of,
Yeah.
oddly,
yeah,
yeah,
um,
I'm
yeah.
sure the older.
Okay, three of them in the
but
car.
we're right- I'm just
Pretty
right
cheap.
to the corner across
Oh, okay.
the street from them,
Oh,
Bradbury,
$100 a month.
and I'm closer to Scotland East Down.
okay,
On the heat in the winter.
yeah, it's always amusing.
That's why we don't. It's good policy. Unless you have artifacts to protect.
It's just Greg,
Well, we need more than him because
yeah, you're
because you're,
I just want to know
only one of you is presenting.
What?
what other alternatives have you looked at?
Jake. And here we go. There's Jake.
I brought one copy because I didn't think you guys would need them in
Oh, Jake, how are you?
the rainforest. Or I
He's got
brought
a stock photo. I can't believe.
that's fine.
Welcome, Jake.
It's not a stock photo. That is my handsome face on a yellow background, I'll have you know.
Okay, all right. Looks like something out of Hollywood.
Greg Johnson and we know Nancy's not, so
Nancy's gonna be out.
we will have a quorum.
Do we do?
All
Sounds good.
right.
I'm glad I showed up.
If I can find my,
There, too.
your, written speech of, all right, welcome, everyone.
We knew it hasn't.
It is 5:30. I think we have all participants. And we have Greg Johnson
I don't want to get in a fight here.
knitting.
Hmm?
Oh, I get it.
Yes. Thank you.
Greg Johnson, when you get your audio in, we're just about to start.
Come on, start.
I'm good. All right. That said, I don't have the pre-recorded meeting, so I'm going to do it by whatever I remember. Welcome, everyone, to the August version of the Historic District Commission regular. This is being recorded. Presentations beforehand. Everyone presents their COAs. And then we go into a regular meeting after that. Applicants are not into or don't participate in the regular meeting, don't have to be here to find the. What are you having, Greg Farlow? What are you eating here? It looks delicious.
Lettuce.
All right. At any rate,
Let us continue with the meeting. Huh?
all right. At any rate, you don't have to be here. We will make a decision in our regular meeting and present the results of that meeting by tomorrow through email. And with that, I call the meeting to order. We have one COA. I'm not anticipating that this will be a long meeting, by the way, but since we only have one COA, 528, this is 2 Town Street. We have a applicant here, so I will open it up to whoever wants to make that presentation.
I think you want me to do it. I'll
Yeah.
start. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I am switching hats briefly and putting on my Norwich Historical Society hat for this application. As you all know, the Norwich Historical Society and the Society of the Founders of Norwich have a partnership where we are working on capital improvements to Town Street to make it a multi-purpose event space and ultimately attach it as part of the campus to the Leffingwell House Museum as well, which is located right next door to this property. So we have been very fortunate to receive a multitude of funding over this past year to make that vision come to a reality. And one of the projects we're working on now is putting some HVAC in the lower basement level, which is our current priority. We're ultimately going to do most other levels of the property, but right now we have funds and our focus is on the lower basement level. So we are working with R&W Heating to install a 2-zone Fujitsu ductless split heat pump system, which will have 1 outdoor condenser and we'll have 3 heads inside the space. Just for reference, you guys don't have to approve the 3 heads inside. That is our intention is. And we will also plan on having some sort of screening of the outdoor condensing unit because it's going to be, if you're facing the building from the back of 2 Town Street. So like if you come down Leffingwell House Museum and you're standing in front of 2 Town Street from the back, it's going to be on the left-hand side of the property. If you're facing the building from the street level, it'll be on the right-hand side of the property. And so you'll be able to see the outdoor condensing unit as you walk by on the sidewalk. But
Plenty of ways to go
we'll
around.
do some sort of bush covering or some sort of green privacy screening so that you can't see it as you walk down the sidewalk.
On the side of the house, the right side as you look at it.
Greg,
Yeah.
can you mute yourself, please?
Pardon?
Can you mute yourself, please?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So I think that's all I had to say, unless anyone else wanted to say more from the Society of the Founders of Norwich. But it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, the only thing will be the outside condensing unit, which we're anticipating on putting some sort of green screening privacy barrier so that it's not visible from the road. So that's the extent of the project. So I'm happy to answer questions.
1 condenser, there's no update or any increase or anything like that. That's going to handle all 3 splits that you have. So
Right now, that 1 condenser will be for the lower basement level. We will, over time, add a 2nd condenser when we address the restoration of the next 2 levels. We'll have to add another condenser to help offset those additional units in the other 2 levels.
Yeah.
So
and this is near the walkway that connects to the Leffingwell this to East Town versus the Leffingwell Inn. There's a
it'll be
walkway
on the
there.
other side, basically.
Oh, on
So,
the other side. Okay.
yeah, so
All right.
we're anticipating a connector between the Leffingwell House Museum and 2 Town Street. Basically, if you're familiar with the property where that retaining wall is, that divides the 2,
Mm.
that's where we want the connection.
Yeah.
This condensing unit will be to the left of the door, basically. So like if you look at the door face on, it'll be to the left.
Okay. Excellent. All right.
No.
Go ahead, Greg.
Have you thought, could it go under the porch? The unit?
We talked about the porch as an option. The only challenge with that was it was in conflict with where the position of the heads needed to be inside the space. It was the most direct route for the piping to get
Okay,
outside for the unit if it was on that left-hand side. And with the position of the heads, it was not going to be as best suited for that underneath the porch. And I had talked about that with R&W. They would have to have a multitude of more piping and additional construction materials. They'd have to break through some of the existing stone over there, and it was just gonna be complicated, so we opted to do the other side, which was a little bit more easier to make something.
Less pipe and it's gonna be covered by greenery anyway. so-
It'd be less
Yeah.
piping, so it would be less piping too, because the other issue that we were discussing is if it was gonna be underneath the porch, there'd be piping exposed inside of the building, and we didn't really want
From
that.
the road on the right, yeah, it'll be
We
the
already.
neighbor's side,
For
not
not
nothing.
any additional piping as well.
Okay,
That makes sense?
Other alternatives, that's my-
That
Well,
makes
that-
Okay.
A question. Did you consider other alternatives other than the heat pumps?
Yes, we did. I spoke with a consultant about geothermal, and
Yeah.
it ultimately was way too cost prohibitive, so we didn't end up pursuing that option.
Okay, yeah, I know you don't want to go gas or electric. Okay, thank you. No, this is the first I've heard of it because we had been presented to the board that you were going to do that kind of heating. Okay, thank you.
all right. Any other questions? Hearing none. That seems to conclude the presentations for the
Yeah.
public hearing of this meeting here. So I will close this at 5:38 and open the regular meeting. First agenda is actions on the COAs. So I will entertain a motion for the COA 528.
Yeah, do it.
Why?
'Cause you-
Motion to accept is written.
I can't. I'm on the board.
I'll second it.
All right, Greg, you're still, Greg Farlow, you're unmuted. So I have a motion from Greg, Jake.
Wanna hear from me.
Accept this as presented and written, and a second by Greg Johnson. I'll open it up for discussion. And
Seems
again, I
pretty
think this is pretty straightforward. So anyone else? Hearing no discussion, I'll bring this right to a vote. Greg Johnson,
Aye.
Jake Stahl,
Aye.
Greg Farlow. Now you're on mute. It looks like you said an aye. Thumbs up, aye.
I,
I'm gonna say aye. Dane
Aye.
and Regan abstains, so this passes unanimously. I think that's unanimously, even with the abs. Yeah, all right, it passes. So congratulations. I will send out the appropriate paperwork tomorrow and off we go. Great. Next on the agenda, we have a approval of the minutes from the July meeting. I will entertain a motion for those minutes. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to read them.
yeah.
Well, given that they were just sent out a little bit
Yeah.
ago.
I don't know why I grabbed everything from the same section. And I didn't notice that they didn't attach, so I sent them out at 4:50.
Oh, I thought they were.
I
Oh.
thought they were too. So I said, if, for some reason you can't look them over, you can table it and vote next month. It's not.
All right. So given that, let's give us a little bit of extra on next month. So we're gonna table that. If that's not any problem with the clerk.
No, I don't
It'll
think
give you a chance to read those. Nancy, I know I look at them, so I didn't even notice that it wasn't attached.
Yeah, they're always on the website, but no, I had every intention to send them to you
Yeah.
guys, and I don't know why I didn't attach.
I approve them personally because I look at them before they're posted or they're sent out. So at any rate, so we will table that. We don't need do we need a vote on tabling it? Since I think we can just say, hey, it hasn't been looked at.
I've done it both ways. I mean, you could, yeah, you could,
All right.
if you wanted to be safe. if you
All right,
want.
let's be safe. I'll entertain a motion to table this because we haven't had a sufficient time to review these.
So moved.
All right, motion
Second.
by Gordon and second by Greg Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
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 And so it will be tabled for next meeting. let's just run right through this. This is gonna be a quickie. Chairman's report. I don't have anything extra. We do have a couple houses that are, on the for sale block or whatever. I know Regan, you've sent things out. We still have, Jan and Jan, I can't remember last names or whatever, up on Canterbury and the corner of Canterbury being painted, but we have no control over that. But I've seen other action up there with drops of stone and things like that. I haven't had a chance. It's just been sitting out there, so I haven't had a chance to go up and see anyone other than painters there. I think that
431 Washington.
I think it's fourth, yeah, it would be 31. So I won't comment on the paint since we don't have any jurisdiction on that, but they were the ones that had previously gone in and without a COA had done not visible, but repair to the roof. And so I had stopped them at that point, or at least made it known that they can't change anything. It's a flat roof and it wasn't visible, and it was done within the 4 hours, whatever that was there. So, but this, we noticed other activity going on, so I'm not sure what else they have planned, but I will try to keep notice of what's going on there. Don't think anyone else has anything happening in the neighborhood. I don't think I've seen anything other than I did see follow up Chinago's, no longer Chinago, Damon Craigu, his chimneys
Yeah.
had completed finally with the mason I had used for our patio in the
Right.
back, and they look good. And I know that Dr. Healy's house was, I think, under contract. And across from me, so that would be 429, I believe, was sold. And I've met the one person, younger guy, is in there, Tyler. Don't have the last name. What was it?
Gromko.
Romco?
Yeah, Gromko.
Gromco. Okay.
Former neighbor of hers, they grew up together.
Yeah, I
Okay.
grew up with them.
And I see the parents over there. So they've been doing a lot of work, trimming all the trees back finally. I noticed that there was a right across on the corner, the stone wall where the tree was cut. I don't know if it was damaged before, but it had kind of fallen apart. So I haven't had a chance to talk to him to see if he's replacing that, but I'm
I sent him
assuming.
a letter. He's all good.
Okay, so it seems like we're good in the neighborhood unless anyone has anything to keep an eye on.
I did mail 431 Washington a welcome letter, and then it got returned back to me for some reason, which is strange because I used the correct name and address for the new homeowner,
Yep.
and so I haven't sent them a follow-up letter because it strangely got returned. So I
Yeah.
don't know what that was about, but anyway.
And then the bed and breakfast, the Lothrop Meadows or the Manor, excuse me. I see that that's got a for sale sign. I believe that's in foreclosure, Aspen Realty, and I have not heard anything else. So they were mid stream in trying to do a replacement of the wooden shingles on the back structure, the house, in the back, and that's nothing changed since then, and I haven't heard anything from any of the owners or the realtors, so we will await whatever comes from that sale if they make a sale. Old business, I didn't have any. Unless anyone wants to remind me of any, and then hearing none, new business. I don't have any, other than I apologize again. I didn't get to Deanna Roads to find out, other than I know our budget was approved and I know what we put in for. I don't know if you've been getting your stipend for
Yes.
your duties. So as long as you're still getting that, that's good. The only thing that would be of interest, and we can look at it in the next meeting, would be if there is money to support the preservation awards.
Hmm.
And so we will look at that, see how we stand. But other than that, I don't have any new business. And so I will then open it up before we make this very short, because I'll say, anyone have anything they would like to last nickels or throw into this discussion? Hearing none. Our next meeting, September 20th. We're gonna keep it as a hybrid. It's so good to see everyone down here. I'm so glad the constituents are not, that complained, still haven't shown up. But we will still do this hybrid, whatever is convenient. Always happy to see the people here. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Tim,
Yeah,
can I just say that from the online, it's funny that we're looking in because the camera is like up in the corner or something.
it's coming
So,
down on my side here.
right.
Yeah,
So
over your shoulder.
nobody in the room is looking at the camera and everybody in the room is like staring at their computer screen. So you're saying, why are these people in the room together? They're not even looking at each other.
I'm looking at Regan and Dane and
Yeah.
every once in a while over here, Catherine. So hey guys, how you doing?
I
Um,
enjoy working from home.
Again,
And
I'm
Jim,
all for convenience, and if someone definitely needs to be here, I'm happy to be here, and don't want to force anyone to feel that. And obviously, the IT department is happy to set up this TV and the laptop for us. So all
Yeah.
good. So hearing no other last nickels, next meeting, hybrid meeting, Wednesday, September 20th. I'm gonna take a motion to adjourn
September, ready?
motion to adjourn.
by Jake, and he's a second by Greg Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Yeah.
meeting adjourned at 5:49. Is it a record?
Might be.
Great
We
meeting.
don't have- We're gonna try for a
We'll
record.
see Dane and Reagan this weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys.
I
Good
hope.
night. And then let me stop this and.
Bye.